So if you're wondering what happened, if you're wondering what happened 2 days ago on Sunday with the progressives, if they voted for Nancy Pelosi or not, they did. They sold us out, all of them, every single one. So you had AOC, Cori Bush, who's a newly elected congresswoman, and Barbara Lee. The way it works is they call you once and say, they call on you once, hey, you, who do you vote for? You can vote present, which means I don't want to vote, so I'm just going to vote present. Or you can vote for rando, so someone random as hell. Or you can vote for, nobody if you wanted. Or you can vote for the person who the caucus nominated. Well, AOC and all of them stayed silent. And so people thought, oh my God, they're actually withholding their vote. Oh my God, this is actually happening. I told everybody they're fucking sellouts. They're not going to do that. They're not. It's not like they're actually going to help us. They're not here to help us. They're here to help Nancy Pelosi because they're all corporate tools. And people were like, oh, maybe they did this trick so that Pelosi really realized, oh my God, I don't have a lot of votes, so I need to give them whatever concessions they agreed to behind the scenes. No, that's not actually what happened. I'm guaranteeing you that's not actually what happened. So then they call them again, AOC, Barbara Lee, and Cori Bush. And guess what? They all voted for Nancy Pelosi. They voted for Nancy Pelosi, and they didn't do a goddamn force the vote on Medicare for all. They didn't even force the fucking vote. And by the way, this is something they campaigned on. They all said when they were running, we're gonna force the fucking vote because Nancy Pelosi won't do it. These corporate Democratic tools won't do it, so we're going to force the vote. And what happened? They get in there and they don't force the vote. They're doing this terrible strategy of, oh, let's play along to get along. Let's be nice to Mama Bear Pelosi and maybe we'll get a vote on Medicare for all. It's been 2 years, AOC. Where the hell are you? As Kyle Kalinske said, there's no excuses. You've had 4 years to come up with a plan, and you've done nothing. Nothing. And here we've had Jimmy Dore and me and a whole bunch of others who endorsed force the vote because it was basically telling Pelosi, you want to remain speaker, you dumb asshole? We'll put Medicare for all for a fucking vote. You twat, you piece of shit. That's what it was doing. This strategy is just so stupid. Oh, well, we were doing behind the scenes negotiations. And we're going to get something. They're not going to get shit. They're not getting nothing. Nothing at all. What are they getting? We don't know yet because it's a fucking secret. Oh, so now they're keeping it from us. Oh, we don't want to do anything because of... Nobody voted you in so you could negotiate behind the scenes. Nobody voted you in for a fucking committee. Nobody. We voted you to force the fucking vote on Medicare for all. That's why we voted for you. All of us. They get into Congress. They're starting to play nice because their strategy is, oh, we'll get a committee in 15 years. And then what? maybe a progressive will become speaker. It's going to Hakeem Jeffries, who's worse than Nancy Pelosi, more right wing. And you're trying to say, oh, we're gonna get a vote. We're gonna get a committee seat. We're gonna get Richard Neal off his committee because he's terrible. When? You're never gonna get Medicare for all. And then there are those who say that our strategy was terrible. Oh, we gotta be nice to politicians. We gotta be polite. Please. I'm dying because I don't have health care. Please, can you force the vote, please? No, it's not about being nice. Now, let's look at Kyle Kalinske on Secular Talk. He's making this point of, oh, we gotta be more constructive. We can't call them corporate enemies. Watch this bullshit.
But when you're dealing with somebody who agrees with you 98% of the time, that's not the strategy you take. You don't call them sellouts. You don't go after them viciously. You don't treat them like they're a corporate Democrat or they're a Republican, because they're not a corporate Democrat and they're not a Republican. If they would vote the way you want them to vote 98% of the time, there are more constructive ways to get them on our side.
Wow. So just because they vote 98% of the time with us, it doesn't matter if all they're doing is throwing all that away. They had leverage that they will never have again. Because Nancy Pelosi's not going to give it to them. And then Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats are going to get wiped the fuck out in 2022. And guess what? We're never going to get Medicare for all. So this whole strategy of, well, don't be mean to them. We can't call them enemies. They are enemies of the people if they're not using their fucking leverage to vote for Medicare for all. To force a vote. I don't give a damn if AOC, Cori Bush, and Jamal Bowman all vote on 98% of my policies. It doesn't matter if they're just throwing all that away. They're selling you out to the health insurance industry. That's all they're doing. All they're doing is focusing on their brand and their celebrity. Because that's what they are. They're a celebrity. They're a brand. And that's what they're focusing on. Not on giving you health care. It doesn't matter how much of the policies you support and that they vote for. They could vote 100% with us, Kyle. But it doesn't fucking matter if the one policy they say they support, they let it go. They let it go. They are total fucking sellouts. All of them. They're total fucking sellouts. They got blood on their hands because all they focused on was being nice to Pelosi, getting committee seats, and focusing on their brand. That's all they were focused on. They were focused on nothing else. Not on you needing health care. Not on you being in debt because you didn't have health care. Not on your family dying because they didn't have health care. No, they weren't focused on that. Oh, there's other ways to get them on our side. No! You're not supposed to be nice to politicians. You're not supposed to be polite with politicians. We put our blood, sweat, hope, tears, and money into these motherfuckers. That's what we did. And we put them there to do a hostile takeover of the Democratic Party. This is no hostile takeover. This is being nice to the Democratic Party. The people who are hostile to you. The people who blacklist you. The people who block you from committees, AOC. They are hostile to you. And we're not supposed to be nice to our politicians. We're supposed to scare the shit out of them. We're supposed to make them fear us. We're supposed to make them fear that they're going to get their asses primaried and lose their fucking seats. And then where's their brand? Where's their celebrity? Where is it? When they lose. That's what we gotta do. Vote my way or I'll vote your ass out. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's the way it's supposed to work. Now listen to his other quote, this other part of his video where he says, well, maybe if we did this strategy different, it would have worked. Watch this. Another load of bullshit here.
So the other thing that we messed up and forced the vote is we didn't start it early enough, but also we went immediately to the bottom-up strategy where all the people get involved and put the pressure on, and that's good, but first what should have been done is, somebody like me, somebody who tangentially knows a lot of these players, we should have reached out to them behind the scenes first and said to them, hey, how about you guys do this idea? You take credit for the idea. You lead this. And in other words, instead of treating them as the enemy from second number one, you talk to them constructively and try to get them on your side to do it.
Oh, maybe, if we would... Oh, it was good we started with the people, but... No, there is no but. It's supposed to start with the people. It's supposed to start with the people. Oh, well, maybe because, some of us players some of us who know some of these players in the game. It doesn't matter if you fucking know these players, Kyle. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn about that. You're supposed to go on your show and advocate for force the vote. That's what you're supposed to do. And tell these politicians, I got millions of viewers. Those platforms that do, I don't. But those that have millions of viewers, thinks I have millions of viewers, AOC. I will tell them to vote against you. Rashida Tlaib, Corey Bush, Jamal Bowman, Murray Newman, Barbara Lee, Mark Pocan, Raul Grijalva, Pramila Jayapal, Ro Khanna, all of you who didn't vote for Medicare for all of you who didn't force the vote. And then this whole strategy of, oh, well, maybe if we gave it to them, had them come up with the idea, had them publicize it, and then they could have gone through with it. What does it matter? They didn't do it this time. What makes you think that, oh, just because it's my idea, I'm going to do it? What makes you think they would have done it? They wouldn't have. They never would have. They would have bungled it because they're Democrats and they don't know how to win. They would have bungled it in the first fucking place. They wouldn't have done their fucking job. It would have been the same outcome. AOC would have come up with the same old lame-ass excuses. Oh, well, we have 118 sponsors. Oh, well, we have this. Oh, well, we have that. Fucking put it to the vote, you dumb motherfucker. You fucking dumbass. Oh, I'm sorry, am I cursing too much? If I curse on this podcast, you don't like it, fucking don't watch it. Because I'm getting passionate and angry because these motherfuckers that we put all of our money and sweat and tears and hope into and blood and dreams into just gave us away to the health insurance industry to focus on their fucking brand. Oh, and you know why they're not fighting for us? Because they have health care. That's why. They have gold-plated health care for them and their families. Why do they give a fuck? Why should they give a damn? They have health care. What does it matter? It really doesn't when you have great health care. If you have great health care, it doesn't matter what the American people want. What matters is what you want. What matters is that you get to be a committee chair in 25 years. What matters is that you get to, you know, and there's, by the way, they said, oh, well, we got PAYGO. PAYGO is basically pay as you go. It basically says if you want to have like $1 trillion investment in infrastructure, you either A, have to have a way to pay for it in the budget or use a system through taxes. Oh, we got a waiver on Medicare for all the Green New Deal. What the fuck? It doesn't matter if you're not going to vote for it in the first place! At all! It's not going to matter! And I know I'm screaming, but seriously? That's like saying, I got the money for the car, and I also got a really low interest rate, but I'm not going to go buy the car. Then why the fuck does it matter for me as a dealership to give you a low interest rate on a car if you're not even going to buy it? And by the way, Medicare for All is already paid through public taxes. You don't need the waiver. So it's fucking stupid. It's bullshit. So again, progressives sold us out. Never vote for a Democrat again. Never vote for a progressive again. Only vote third party. If a progressive is in the third party, like the People's Party or the Green Party or something, vote for them. Fuck the Democratic Party. They just sold us out. Every single one of them. For their celebrity, for their brand, and let hundreds of thousands of Americans go bankrupt, let 68 or 70,000 people die because they don't have health care. They gave us away all for that. And voted for Nancy Pelosi, who's one of the most hostile people to the progressive wing of the party.